Hi everyone, welcome back to our entrepreneurship classes, and we are in unit 2, right? In the previous classes we have learned about great ideas and what are ideas. Okay, so let us understand what is business opportunity in today's class and the various factors that affect the business opportunities. Okay, so business ideas are abstract, right? Business ideas are those in the mind, and business opportunity, here opportunity means a favorable chance or a good situation offered by circumstances. But in terms of a business and in terms of entrepreneurs, business opportunities are those favorable chance or situation that can be converted into an economic idea. Okay, a business opportunity are those which can be converted, which should be converted into an economic idea, and in turn which should be able to produce a product and create an enterprise. So business opportunity basically is an opportunity of an economic idea, which that idea in terms will turn into an product or a enterprise. Therefore, business opportunity and business idea are two different things. Business idea is abstract, which is in the mind of people, and business opportunity is an opportunity which in terms can be considered as a product as well. Okay, so there are different, factors that affect the business opportunities. There we find business opportunity in the environment, in the market, and only after proper scanning of the market and the environment we get to choose the opportunities and we get the right opportunity. Okay, so business opportunity, we get it from the environment and only after scanning the environment. And what are these various factors that affect the business opportunity, or what are the various elements that are there in the business opportunity, or what are the various factors that are needs to be assessed in business opportunity? Let's look into it one by one. Okay, so business opportunity, there are various factors to assess the business opportunity or to assess the business environment, and they are divided into two broad categories known as in the micro level and in the macro level. Okay, so micro level are also known as internal environment, and macro level is known as the external environment. Okay, so in micro environment or the internal environment, the name itself, it is micro, right? So micro means small. Okay, so micro environment or micro factors are those factors which are within the control of the organization and which are within the boundary of the organization and easily controllable by the organization, because it is internal and it can be controlled by the organization. Therefore, internal level or internal factors are those are within the organization and which are controllable by the organization. And there are various factors on the micro level or micro factors such as customers, suppliers, investors, and employees. And these are the factors that are under internal business or internal environment which are controllable. Customers are those people who are your customer base, who are your loyal customers, who are willing to buy your product, right? So suppliers, the next is suppliers. Suppliers are the suppliers of your raw materials, suppliers of your machineries, suppliers of your electricity, maybe suppliers of the resources that you need in the business. So these are suppliers. The next is the employees. So employees are the people who work in your organization, or employees are the people who are employed in your organization. Okay, so another one is investors. Investors are shareholders in your organization, and by shareholder we mean to say that those who invest in your business. So these micro level or micro factors or internal factors are those factors which affect your behavior, which affects the business and which is within the control of your business. But we have briefly discussed about the micro level and micro factors, but we in your textbook we consider more on the macro levels or the external levels or the external factors that affect your business, because this External factors are those factors which impact your business, which is outside the business. They impact your business by exceeding the boundary of your organization. Therefore, this macro factors or the external factors are difficult to control, and it is not within the control of the organization. Okay, so in your class 11 we will focus more on the external factors, that is macro factors, because it is outside the control of the people and it impacts your business easily. So let's look into this macro level or macro factors. What are these external factors that affects your business or that has impact on your business? So the first macro factors, or in macro level, the first factor that is there is the demographic forces. Okay, so demographic means the population, the total population, right? But the elements of this total population are age, right, gender, race, class, standard of living. All those things comes under demographic forces or demography. Demography is the total population, but further it is classified into gender, age, race, class, community. All those things are divided. Therefore, it is very important, okay, before seeking an opportunity or before finding an opportunity, an entrepreneur need to properly understand the demographic forces. If you are going to produce a product, which group of people you want to satisfy? For example, let's take a demographic force, that is age group. So if you want to produce a product, which age group will you fulfill? Again, in age group you have kids, right? Youngsters, adults, or youths, and old people. So what are the which class of age group you want to satisfy by producing your product? So it is important, okay, it is very important for an entrepreneur, and from entrepreneur point of view, to understand the demographic forces and to consider the demographic forces before coming up with a product or before establishing your enterprise. Because if you are going to produce a product that is going to satisfy the kids, then you have to study the environment of the children, little children below maybe the age of 5, right? So demographic forces is an important element, and you have to consider it as the first and the foremost, because only after considering the demographic forces or demographic factor, you will have to produce your product regarding the wants and needs of that particular demography. The next is economic factors. So what are these economic factors? Economic factors are gross domestic product, gross national product, income level, per capita income, right? All those things, monetary policy, fiscal policy. Economic factors have direct impact on your business, okay? It impacts your business directly. For instance, in 1991, when the new economic policy was introduced, there were certain changes made in the economy, monetary and fiscal policies, right? There were different banks who offered loans in a very less interest rate, or there came the three new words, that is liberalization, privatization, and globalization, known as LPG. So with the coming of this liberalization, privatization, and globalization, which we call LPG, it has minimized the burden of most of the business, or it have given more privileges to the business, and it has introduced the market in a global platform. So economic factors are very important element for a business person or for an entrepreneur. Therefore, an entrepreneur needs to properly scan the economic environment, or have to consider the economic factor very well. And it is important because we are under an economic framework. We function in an economic environment in a nation. Therefore, it is important, okay, as a business person, the economic factors of a country will ultimately affect your business directly. The next is political factors. Political factors refers to all those government affairs and all the attitudes of the government towards different people, or the everything under the governmental framework is known as comes under these political factors. And what are these? How does this political factor affect your business? It affects your business because we are in a political framework. We are, as a nation, we come under a political framework where a party rules, and we have to follow the policies and norms and guidelines that have been introduced to us, right? So these political factors we have to consider. For example, in 1977, when the Janata Party came into being, in 1977, when this Janata Party, they came into being, they have introduced a new policy that they will send back all the foreign traders or all the business foreign company back to their own nations. So when this, in 1977, when this policy was introduced, Coca-Cola, right? Coca-Cola is a US brand. So the Coca-Cola company had to close down the business and leave the nation for once. So it have direct impact on the business, and it had impacted the business of Coca-Cola in a very huge number, or in a very huge amount. Therefore, this political factor is a very important factor. If suppose there is a ban in the whole nation or the whole country, that means for one whole day or for 2 days or a week, your business will be shut down, right? So it has direct impact on your business. Therefore, political factors are to be closely monitored by the entrepreneurs in the enterprise while performing the activities and tasks, and they have to consider this factor. This political factor is very important factor from an entrepreneur's point of view, because you have to follow the rules and guidelines and the policies that have been made by the political parties or the government when and where it is necessary. The next is technological factor. The next factor that is external to your business and impacts your business is technological factor. Here, by technological factor, we mean to say the new methods of production, the new machineries used, the new tools and techniques used. It is very important for an entrepreneur to adapt to the changes in technology if he or she wants to survive in today's competitive market. Okay, so an entrepreneur needs to adapt to changes in a competitive market. As soon as something new is introduced in the market, you have to update yourself. You have to update the technology that you use in your business so as to improve the quality of the product and the standard of the product as well, and to outwit your competitors and to be in pace with your other producers and other competitors. Technological factors have a great impact on your business. Digital watches have killed the prospect of traditional watches, right? Color TV, with the introduction of color TV, it has closed down the business of black and white TV. We all know that. We have shifted from typewriters to word processors, right? So see how technology changes. If you are still selling black and white TV instead of color flat TVs, your business will not be able to run. You need to be updated to selling color TVs instead of these black and white TVs, right? So in today's competitive market, as an entrepreneur, it is very important to adapt to the changes that is taking place in technology. And by technology, if you are not using the updated or the technologies for producing your product, then you might not produce the quality of standard that your customers want and the customers need in today's market. So it is essential to adapt to the new technologies and new machineries that comes on your way. The next is natural factors. Natural factors are those like if you are producing a product, you have to produce it with less pollution or no pollution, right? That is keeping in mind the environmental factors as well. Natural factors can be in the form of natural calamities or unforeseen circumstances such as landslide, flood, drought, right? If there is landslides or flood or drought, you cannot get your supplies on time, you cannot get your raw materials on time, therefore your business will stop. Therefore, it is very important for an entrepreneur to consider the natural factors as well, keeping in mind the natural factors as well before finding a business opportunity. The next is cultural factors. Socio-cultural factors have a great influence on your business. The place where your production unit is, or the place where you function your enterprise, is in a community or in a society or in a culture or in a society. So it is important for an entrepreneur to cope up with the society and the cultural in which they exist. Okay, you have to know the taste and preferences of the society in which you exist. You have to cope up with what the rules of the society and what is the culture of the society. Then only you can go to a further run. Suppose you want to establish a beef pickle industry in the midst of Hindu society. Then you are going against the society, against the culture, against the tradition of those people where your business exists, right? Therefore, it is very important to consider the socio-cultural factors before finding an opportunity. Before you tap the right opportunity, it is also important to tap the right location. Right? You have to see the people's taste and preferences in that particular society or the culture that your business exists. Okay, so these are the various macro or external factors which are outside your business, but which affects your business, which impacts your business by staying externally. Therefore, it is important for an entrepreneur to consider these various factors before selecting the right opportunity or before tapping the right opportunity. Remember, there are two factors before selecting your business opportunity. The first one is your micro environment, that is your internal environment. And the next is your macro environment, that is your external environment. In micro environment, there are only 4 factors, that is customers, suppliers, investors, and employees. And you all know what are who are these people and how does it affect your business. It is internal, and it is even if there is any problem or hurdle in handling these 4 factors, it can be easily done, because it is within the control of your organization and the factors are controllable. Okay, then external factors, these demography, economic, technological, political, natural, and socio-cultural are those factors which are external, which are not controllable by you, but it affects your business directly and it has an impact on your business directly or indirectly. Therefore, it is essential for an entrepreneur to scan your environment properly, to see what are the external forces, to see what are the internal forces, or what are the barriers that are there. And after analyzing and assessing these two basic factors, that is micro and macro only, you come to tap the opportunity. After assessing and examining these factors very properly and examining the various factors that is under micro and macro, you understand it, you have proper understanding of the market or the external micro and macro level, then only you will choose the right opportunity. And when you choose the right opportunity, it will benefit you. The right opportunity will give you the economic idea and the right enterprise and the right product to produce your product and create a wonderful enterprise which will lead you to a very long run. Therefore, as an entrepreneur, you always see the opportunity, but you do not take all the opportunity. In fact, you have to tap the right opportunity by considering all the factors in this micro and macro level. So in business opportunity, just remember the 2 things, that is internal and external, which means micro and macro. Okay, so we are done with business opportunity, and in the next class we will learn about the feasibility study and feasibility plan. Thank you.